Hello again, I'm Jamie Bricker, and welcome back to my ongoing series, Affective Leadership, Positivity Promotes Productivity. In today's session, I'm going to focus on 5 key criteria for sharing information. As leaders of any organization, we realize that we spend an awful lot of our time making sure people are well informed. And of course, the 2 major ways of doing so are either verbal or written. And in today's chat, I'm going to outline that yes, they both have their merits, but I think in certain situations, one is more effective than the other. Now, the first key criterion is all about really sharing new or really important information, projects your organization has just recently undertaken. Well, in this situation, I would absolutely focus on the verbal interaction, as I want to connect with my key people, get their immediate feedback, and also clarify anything that really is causing some kind of misunderstanding before it goes further along and out to more people. Now, obviously, in our pandemic impacted world, the opportunities for face-to-face discussions, in your office, so to speak, are greatly limited or eliminated. So I think it's important to do that through kind of a Zoom mechanism or some other similar option. But I would really still want that face-to-face contact with my key people. Now, the second criterion is the next level of kind of dispensing information, but this is more so kind of I call it maintenance information, relaying facts and figures, keeping people in the informational loop, summaries of previous meetings, reminders of upcoming meetings and deadlines and responsibilities. To me, this is perfect for emails, as the written communication ensures that everyone is once again informed. No one can say, quote, "I didn't know," and we really avoid those surprises. And especially in our unusual circumstances, the last thing anyone needs is any kind of additional surprise at work. But as always with written communication, I stress, just stick to the facts, as opinions, etc., can be easily misconstrued. My third key criterion is all about resolving disconnects. And I think by kind of definition, disconnects generally occur through written communication. Because, of course, we can't sense the correct intonation necessarily. We might have, quote, missed something. We try to read between the lines when nothing was there, whatever the case may be. So for resolving disconnects, I focus very much on verbal communication, as once again, I want that kind of face-to-face. If several people have felt kind of misaligned with something, once again, I would do a Zoom interaction. But if it's just 1 or 2 people, then I would give them each a quick phone call just to make sure we're all on the same wavelength moving forward. Now, the fourth criterion is all about addressing performance issues. And as leaders, that's just a reality of our job. Those certainly do come up from time to time. And I want to stress, obviously, if an employee is underachieving or whatever the case may be, there's going to be verbal interaction throughout the entire process. However, performance issues are really driven by thorough written documentation. So for those types of things, as I say, the emphasis would be on the written communication. I want to make sure the entire journey and process is down there in writing, and that all the T's are crossed and that all the I's are dotted. Now, the fifth and final criterion is all about supporting personal issues. As previously mentioned in other videos, obviously we're in unusual times and people are stressed. So they may bring some of that emotional baggage to work, and that's understandable. Or, independent of the pandemic, they may have recently lost a loved one. The bottom line is that's when the affective leader shows they care, offers support, is accessible. But I want to stress that the affective leader realizes that they don't want to slip into the role of quasi-counselor or therapist, as that can be a real slippery slope and lead to a whole other range of issues. Affective leaders are there and they care. And in closing, affective leaders appreciate the fact that verbal and written communication both are excellent options depending on the particulars of a situation. But they also realize that in reality, most situations they deal with involve a combination of both verbal and written. For example, There are many important meetings throughout the days and weeks, and even though they are strictly verbal in nature in most cases, they very much should be accompanied by thorough written documentation.